Hello everyone, that iPhone just doesn't do the African sunrise justice. In this episode, we'll be learning about the Big Five and going on a night drive. God bless everyone who has contributed. It really means so much. And also, please go over to YouTube and give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Well, okay then. The Big Five is actually a hunting term for the 5 most dangerous animals to hunt on the African continent by foot. I first saw the buffalo in the Ngorongoro crater, and then I've seen many in Kruger National Park. I also saw my first wild elephant in the Ngorongoro crater. It was so much closer in Livingston and a little too close. And then I saw the lion in the Ngorongoro crater, but that was way far away. And I was a lot closer in Namibia, but not as close as that elephant. And then I got to see the rhino in Namibia as well. Thank you, Steve, for that experience. That was unbelievable. So coming to Kruger, I've seen 4 of the Big Five, and it was pretty exciting. Again, the elephant, the buffalo, the rhino, and the lion. So only one more left to see, but more of that later. Today started out with the warthogs, and I love these things. They've really grown on me. They're like so paternal, they're very sweet, they're also very communal, and yeah, they just run around looking for food, and they're just super sweet and cute, and I've really grown to like them. I don't eat octopus because they're so intelligent and amazing creatures. I don't know if I could eat warthog. They're like so sweet. I love them. And like I said, they're very parental and communal. Just really great creatures. And then as I was driving along, there were some people parked on the side of the road. I'm like, what are they looking at? I'm like, oh, I see it. And it's hard to see, and my camera doesn't do very well, but there's a lioness, and then there's a male lion. Once I could kind of get situated, the photographs were a little bit better, but and then I got to see a hippo out of water again. Now, I don't know if you remember, but when I was on that river cruise in Botswana, there was a hippo out of the water, and it was so awesome to see him or her, I don't know. But this was such an exciting opportunity for me. And in Kruger, they don't want you getting out of your car, so I had to drive around to try and get a good angle. It's really hard to get good angles sometimes. But he just kind of looked at me, and he's like, am I going to have to wreck your car? Am I going to have to charge you and destroy that car? And I just sat there and waited, and then he seemed to kind of chill out a little bit and turned his head the other way and walked off, and I lived to be destroyed another day. According to Google, the hippo is second only to the mosquito for the deadliest creature in Africa. And then 100 meters away, there were these 2 lionesses laying in the dry riverbed. I was like, oh my gosh, this is such an amazing morning. Saw the other lions, the hippo, the warthogs, just so incredible. And this was all within, 10 kilometers. It was just unbelievable. And these lionesses were so chill, just relaxing. And then I went a little bit further, and there were some cars parked alongside the road. And I was like, what are they looking at? And I was like, oh, I see it moving. And sure enough, this was number 5 on my list, the leopard. And it's really hard to see. And then he got out of the tree. So I went down and I looked at some giraffes and hung out with them for a little bit. But I was so excited to even get a glimpse of a leopard they're very hard to see. So I drove back and one of the cars was gone, but the leopard was back. He was on the same branch in the same spot, and I was so grateful. So between being backlit and far away, the camera on the phone does a really poor job of capturing him. But you see him, right? You see him there on the branch. See him moving around, moves his head. One of his back legs is hanging down off the branch. And I stayed here for a long time. This footage is heavily edited because I just took a lot of video to get what I have here. And I was so thrilled to see a leopard. It was just a gift. I can't tell you. I literally prayed for this, and to have this experience was like, I was just speechless how to describe this. It was just unbelievable. And eventually the other car left, and he should have stayed a little bit longer, because watch this. Watch what he does right here. He's like been laying there for a while, and he decides that enough is enough. And he does a little position. Look at that. He's standing up. And then I couldn't believe this was actually happening. I'm sorry that I'm such a poor photographer, but sitting there, get ready, see the tail twitching, and we're going to go blunk right up into the top of that other tree. And so that's when I left. So that completed the big 5 for me. I've seen all those animals in the wild, and it was so crazy. I took all of these pictures. These are all my photos. I couldn't believe it. So not too far from there was this little cute baby elephants, or tiny baby elephants everywhere. And this one is either really long, or that's 2 of them. Then do you remember me saying that elephants pretty much have to eat all the time, day and night, to get their calorie requirements? Well, this guy was vigorously eating, and he was really going to town on these poor plants. But look how close I am in the car. I mean, it's unbelievable how close you can get to these animals in Kruger. They're just right there. And typically they don't care too much. But he's really getting into this bush. I don't know what kind of tree or whatever this is, but he's really getting after it. He must be pretty hungry. And you can hear the sound of him working on that bush. And here's some elephant droppings in the road. Look at the tire track in between, just for like reference size. And then that's a 1.5 liter bottle beside there for reference size again. But look at all of the undigested plant material left in there for other species to consume. And here's another sweet baby elephant. And look how these are like stair-stepped. They're like the Russian nesting dolls. There's big, medium, little, and littlest. And I saw some vultures, really cool, giant birds. I've always liked vultures. I think they're amazing creatures. So I was grateful to see them as well. And then this little tiny guy, he seemed to be a little bit nervous to be driving by. So I just took a quick video and then got out of there. And there was other little elephants. Look at the little baby. How sweet is he? And he's just kind of doing his own thing. There was a whole herd of elephants all around my car. And he was just so cute and sweet. Little tiny trunk whipping around there. And then look on his back and on his head. He's got like seed pods or something on his back. See them there? I don't know what those are, but I don't know. It just made it cuter to me. And then I don't know if that's his mom beside him or another sibling, but I love the affection with the trunk. How he just lays the trunk over there, and I don't know. It looked like affection to me. And then there was this other elephant who tried to like charge the car a couple times. I just wanted to get by. I wanted to go back to the campground, and none of the other elephants had any problem with me driving by. But this guy acted like he wanted to charge me a couple times. I was like, dude, what's the deal? Now watch this. That is the exact same posture of that elephant in Livingston that was going to charge my motorcycle. So for literally the third time, I start backing up the car, and as soon as I start backing away, he's cool. That's one's kind of stinky. Acted like he wanted to charge me earlier. Thing turned out okay. No rental cars or elephants were hurt in the filming of this. So I really like these ground hornbills. I think they're really beautiful creatures. I had booked a night game drive for this evening. And so I learned a lot of things during that game drive. And one of the things I learned is that my camera takes terrible pictures at night, or at least I don't know how to do it. But I did get a couple pictures, and here's an elephant that we saw. And I think it helped to have the headlights on it, and it ran away. That was kind of a bummer. And then I saw this civet. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. We actually saw 2 of them that night. These are super interesting creatures. They have a very musky scent, which is used by the perfume industry. They're omnivorous. They eat millipedes. They're the only creature that can eat a millipede because they are the only ones that can digest it. And in Vietnam, they find the feces of the civet and take out the coffee beans that they've eaten, and then they brew coffee with those beans that were through the digestive tract of the civet, and it's supposed to be some crazy delicacy, and it's super expensive. Since they're nocturnal and pretty rare, I was so appreciative to see it. I got to see a leopard and a civet all within 12 hours of each other. It was unbelievable, and I was so grateful. Then cute little mama and baby warthog snuggling up in a little hole there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for making these adventures possible. I cannot do these things without your help, and you've been so generous. Please go to YouTube and hit a thumbs up there and subscribe if you haven't. And if you haven't been following Oscar's Foundation, please do that too. And peace and love to you all.